What's up, YouTube? Hudson Fan 15 back on Global Break Day 2025. Keeping the tradition alive. Thank you to Ken Hudl24. No, he's not a part of the card community anymore, but he did have this idea, and we're keeping it rolling. So, this is a sealed case of 2025 Gold Rush, the National Convention exclusive. Should be 10 boxes, one card per in this. It is kind of a buyback kind of situation. I saw Buck City Breaks do this as hitless protection for their National Treasures break football. And I know they get all their stuff from Gold Rush, and I thought this was a cool concept. So hopefully we hit one of the many cover boys we've got here. Taking a look at that. So hopefully we'll see one of those. I'm going to try to... Now I think there's a... if this is the same thing that I got from them yesterday as a hitless protection pack. Yep, so we're just going to blast through and get these packs situated. And then we'll get to ripping. I know everybody's got different price points, different ideas of products to have. Again, as long as we're keeping this tradition alive, everybody is ripping something for the hobby. We'll keep it going. And, you know, like I said, I mentioned that Ken is not currently active in the card community, at least not through his YouTube channel. So, you know, we're still here for him. We're keeping it rocking. You know, that's between the members who've left, some of them come back, whatever. You know, the hobby's going to be here, and that's it's one of the reasons why, you know, it's not really a good idea to gatekeep. It's not really an idea to be like super like, you know, aggressive about like price, you know, getting things at shows and really grinding people down on comps and whatever else, taking advantage of anybody. Just know that there is a community involved, and polices itself. You know, short-term profit may be a long-term negative impact on those sort of things. So I always try to treat people the way I want them to be treated, transparent. Definitely like to, with the younger collectors, give them not only value but education, especially when they come to the shows, to be active, to learn. You know, a lot of people just consume the hobby from home. They don't actually get involved in the community, and it's all just numbers and, you know, online, you know, faceless personalities, things like that. So definitely when you see, you know, the younger folks at the hobby, kind of, you know, feel them out. I mean, there's definitely some very, very savvy young collectors out there already that are learning the concept or whatever. But, you know, as long if you get them hooked on the idea of being in the hobby, not just flip culture, but actually enjoying the cards, learning the history of the cards, following the sports, not just, you know, when you and definitely one of the things I really try to encourage is I ask every single kid that comes to a show, to one of my tables, or whatever, what do you collect? Not what are you investing in, not what's hot for you flipping. What do you collect? And, you know, I'm a lot more prone to give favorable rates to these kids who actually collect a thing, and it's not just, you know, oh, I'm going to see it at somebody else's table marked up for, you know, 20 bucks more than I sold it to them an hour ago. Like, that's one of the things that I think we need to definitely encourage and teach the younger kids is to collect, to keep them in the hobby, so that we, the older guys, can be, you know, still be doing it years from now. All right, we're gonna go through these one at a time. It's sort of a blind bag reveal. This feels like a PSA. Looks like a PSA. Well, that is probably as good a start as you're going to get, folks. Ronald Acuna Jr., PSA Authenticated Auto Rookie. Wow. My goodness. Not a cover boy, but very, I would imagine, very close. This is could prove to be a very fun and eventful break. Another PSA 10. Robert Pawson. Well, that is a swerve. Last I knew from one of the guys that I talked to about him, he just forgot how to play baseball. So that's it's probably an over-dramatization, but that was essentially the critique. All right, BGS 2021 Don Russ. Beckett on-card auto of Pat Fryermuth, or as Mikey B from Mikey B Cards likes to say, Fat Fryermuth. A lot of Steelers fans out there. There's a rookie. We will take it. I do like that all these have been autos so far. I don't know that they're all autos, but let's see if we can go 10 for 10. Another Beckett, 2022 Bowman Draft. Jackson Churio. Now, the Brewers are, I believe, the hot team in the National League. It is not a first, but we will take these. I've also found that there's a lot more collectors in the baseball realm these days. Like, people are football, basketball fans. You get a lot more of people flipping versus baseball. 2006 score hot rookies, Lendale White. My goodness. Somebody check on Den 1013. Homeboy likes a signature. Did not have that one on my bingo card for today. Alright. Feels like another Beckett. 2023 Bowman Draft. Davison De Los Santos. Is this? No, that's... I think he has another card where he's like running straight at the barrel of the camera, and it's kind of a funny picture. I will have to run this one by SunsFan8 on Instagram. That's tremendous. Well, certainly got variety. I haven't seen basketball or hockey yet, but we've got a few packs to go. Another Beckett. 1986 Topps Andre Reed. Wow. I didn't start collecting until 89. Well, he does have a year's worth of stats, so I'm not 100% sure if this is a rookie or not. But Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed, and Marv Levy, who's still alive and kicking and just turned 100. Alright, back to PSA on this one. Trading card authentic. Here's a different sport. Oh, man. This was one of the biggest chase cards within the first year or two of me collecting. This was the Wemby of this era. Eric Lindros. I don't know that you'd say that he ever really lived up to the hype, but did have a very respectable career, good amount of time in Philadelphia. That's excellent. As far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy with that. We'll just keep this in order. I was trying to end with a PSA. I don't know that other one's a PSA, but we'll see. Trading card, authentic, Penny Hardaway rookie. This is just hitting every bit of my childhood. That's tremendous. He likes the way you work it, no diggity. Look that up, you millennials and the folks after the millennials like me who would know what that means. All right, and we're going to end with a Beckett, and it is Willie Gault. Again, a little before my time. Definitely takes a lot of pride in his signature. Got some inscriptions going on there. It looks like just 1 year of stats. I know it wasn't back then like it is now, where they're printing cards of these guys actually standing on the podium, or some of the college guys years before or whatever. So I think back in this era, the rookies were, once the player had made been drafted and made the roster. But then again, I could be wrong. He could have an 83 card. But let's recap it back real quick. Willie Gault, Penny Hardaway, Eric Lindros, Andre Reed, Davison De Los Santos, Lendale White, Jackson Churio, Pat Freiermuth, Robert Pawson, and probably the biggest hit of the break, Ronald Acuna Jr. All right, YouTube, happy Global Break Day 2025. Please respond in the comments if you're breaking something today. Engage. Be part of the community. All right, YouTube, peace.